Hey
Lisa,
Justin, how are you?
good. How are you doing?
Good, good.
Good.
Hey, question about this K2 allowance. So going back to the notes
Mm-hmm.
that I'm assuming you're aware of the notes for this Pac West with Kathy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I think about her notes here, and saying this is accrual is off, the K2 allowance is way too high here. So is there some adjustment that needs to be made here?
Well, we're trying to get confirmation from James, like where did that $3 and whatever cents came from, and if that's correct. And he said he's reaching out to the customer, and this was as of just yesterday.
Okay, that's one thing. But
Mm-hmm.
the 274, her saying the K allowance is way. So is there is this weighting wrong? So we have 274 here, right? We're
Right.
saying it's 10% of the business. Is this not 10% of the business and 90% is street business? Because I'm only accruing 27 cents. So is that part of the problem?
Oh, I see. Instead of it being weighted 10, it looks like it's the other way. If not the
I mean,
whole
I don't
thing.
know.
Right.
I don't
Um.
know the details of this. I do know that Terrence is going to ask me about this in about an hour.
Okay.
So do you have any update at all on this? Because we're heading into the end of the month. As she identifies these things, we're gonna need to make sure that she's, because I keep going to the meeting and saying, yeah, we're gonna take care of it, we're gonna take care of it. I just want to make sure she's actually actioning on these things.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
we're adjusting our accrual, like if I need to adjust my accrual.
Right. In our price book and in your
Yeah, yeah.
forecast sheet.
Right. So did you reach out to the two things I would do is to reach out to him and say, yes, I understand you're doing 274 to 362. Got it. What's the update on that? That's one thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the customer deducting too much. The other thing is, hey, is this weighting right? 10% to 90%. Is that wrong? Like, is Kathy seeing, oh, the lion's share of this stuff is at the 274 and there's nothing coming in, like almost everything they're deducting for is like she could look at the sales and say, okay, I'm getting 274 for almost everything
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
they buy. Like if I'm getting cases coming through for, I don't know, 10,000 cases coming through at 274 and I've only sold them 15,000 cases in the month, then I would say that weighting is wrong.
Right. Because the majority is at that higher rate. No, I get it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All
Let
right.
me dig into that right now.
Okay, if you could, that'd be great. My
Yeah.
meeting with him is, I think, 10:30, 11:30. Let me see which time my meeting is. I didn't realize he had this on the agenda, 11 o'clock. So
Okay.
see if you can get me an update before 11 o'clock.
Yep.
Also, the file names, like I see that it's 1625, and maybe there weren't any changes from 1625, but I would have thought just audit wise, we would have a new file called 71.
Just call them all 7-1 then. As
Did you not do that, or did you just update? Like every time you make a change in the file, same with the team. Every time they make a change in the file, they should be creating a new price book name and archiving the old one.
and
So
and
so
put the
things don't
new
get
date on
overwritten
there, right? Is that the naming
with a new date
convention
on there.
with the
That's
new
that's
date?
normal
Right.
process,
Yep.
right? So I didn't look at the other price books. Are they the same?
I don't think so. I don't think it's 125. I think it's different for different updates that we got. Let me just check here. Current
I
price
guess I'm not
book.
following.
This one says, yeah.
So James, right? So the only one I can find here is 1625, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that you've made any changes. I don't even see the 1625 change, which I know was a change that happened because let me see, let me share a different screen here. I'm going to stop sharing this, share the screen so I can
I mean, we did that whole big
here.
change where everyone's books changed on 7-1.
Right. So why don't I have a 7-1 book?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I think it
Right. Because
was. Hold on. Let me just.
So I didn't look at anybody else, but I would think I would have a 7-1 for everyone.
And I'm almost wondering if that should say, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's one. But you say a 6:30 updated 8:21. I mean, I guess it's okay if we're doing, let me open up their book here. So if you're tracking the changes here, I mean, I guess it's okay. I think we should do both, to be honest. Like, okay, I made a change on 7-1. Okay, I'm going to archive my other one, and then I'm going to make a new one called 7-1 with, new pickup allowance. I don't know. You both did both these. And then there'd be a new one called 8-6, James's book 8-6. Then you're going to be one that says 8-19. And then there's going to be 8-22, and you keep archiving the old ones.
Right.
So you can always, so no one has a chance of writing stuff over. And you always have a version that you can send out to audit that matches the change that came through. Because like if I look at James Barnett, I'm trying to get the wrong, let me share the right screen here, this one. All right, so if I look at James' book, right? Then I know there was a price change form that came in on 1/6, right? So these things happened on 1/6. This price change came over on 1/6, right? And this is 234 to 274. It might even be what we're talking about. No, Cisco, Seattle, different. Okay, so that came over. I would expect to see, hang on, let me get back to it. I would expect to see that change described here in this track changes, but this is blank, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, maybe this is just the new file that you saved and not the old one. And so I go back and I say, okay, James Barnett, previous price books, there's nothing out here. Like 930 is the last one. So like, I feel like, I mean, maybe there weren't any changes from 930 on until these 126 changes, but then they're not outlined, and maybe they just didn't put them in the. This is where when we save different versions, you can at least see the change from one book to the next. And and now if there was a change on 1/6, and now you've got your 7-1 changes, that's overwritten any 1/6 change. I don't have a book that says 1/6 changes. So if they select these, I don't know what I would give them.
Yeah,
I
get it.
What price book do I have that shows this change going from 234 to 274?
Yeah.
And that's just one change out here. There's several changes I think that happened. These guys here, all these changes that happened here, where are all these changes? All of these.
Yeah. Like where's the version that has that change?
Right.
From 1/6.
And normally I mean, there's a ton of them, right?
Yeah.
And look at all these from 12, like where are all these? From here to here are missing.
Yeah, I guess it was missing from the jump. Meaning
I don't know. I felt like there's always, I mean, I don't know, right? But there has always been like Pro Cash, current price book. I mean, typically if you go back and you go previous price book, you see all of these versions. See, every time we make a change here, there should be an updated. I don't know, where are all these in between here? 5-9, 5-9, 4, here they are, 5. So every time we make a change after that first initially change that, came over that says, hey, Bill approved this. Every time we get a new change, there should be a new dated book out here.
Yeah, and I think we did that, but I'm not sure about the January ones though.
I swear I saw these out here before, but I can't be sure of that now because they're not here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't recall any of the ones from January though, so I don't have the history on that piece, but I do get what you're saying.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm not finding them anywhere. Here's the price changes, but we're going to be really screwed if they pick these to choose. Like, well, give us the price book that shows it from that dated time.
Right. So I
It's
guess,
usually what we
yeah.
provide for them.
Was that
I don't know.
something? Was that something Callie was working on directly with James? Like I would have to ask her, I guess, about the work.
What do you mean working on directly with James?
Because I don't know if I would have any emails on that back then.
It wouldn't be an email, right? Are you talking about, which are we talking about? The Pac Northwest or these 1/6?
The 1/6s.
So it's not that you don't have an email. So what I'm saying is, like, if we go to James Barnett, right?
Yeah.
Price change forms. You got the price change forms. Here's all the price change forms that came in.
I know that's what I'm saying. Is that strictly like dealing with Callie though? I just want to make sure, like, I ask her and she worked on these directly, I guess.
So you'd have to look at who signed them.
Okay. Yeah.
So I verified that the price book is complete.
Yeah.
And I already validated this. So right. So January 3rd. I think there were a bunch of price books out here. So
yeah.
Where did they go?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there should have been like every time, like usually it would say, "Oh, Seattle update, 1/6."
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. I swear they were. There was no way I would have signed off this if that book wasn't.
If that wasn't in there, right? Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Where would it move to? Yeah. No. Yeah.
Right. And where did they all go to?
Yep. Yeah, so I'll give Callie a call right after this too.
Yeah, I assume she's completed by Destiny. Destiny put it in
here. Or
here.
Destiny, yep.
So I just feel like there's a whole swath of these just missing. I don't know where they could have gone. Is this? What is this? Right, my friend. No, that's something else. That is not it. But even so, forgetting about the ones that aren't there, I just there's like no other place for them to be. You see how there's just like a million versions here?
Yeah.
Every time we change it, there should be a version.
And that is the protocol, so that's why I'm just surprised it's not there. Like, how could a whole group of files update?
But what about your 7.1s? Your 7.1s aren't even out there.
Yeah.
And your 7.1s, like I thought I saw here price change forms.
I know those are, even if they're not dated correctly because of the naming convention wasn't, good. They are all the 7.1 books, but if you're looking for historical versions and different changes, that's where I'm still puzzled about the 1/6. And
but see, Ken and Tom revised 6/30, updated 8/21. Okay, hang on. So there should be a bunch of versions in between this. Let's see. Organic sugar coming up.
Well, we only updated it for the 6/30, and then I guess there was an update for the 8/21, so there's only 2 updates, right?
Nope. Look at all this. Updates. Look at all these updates. So I don't know at what point you had the 7.1. Like there should be a version that you had that Bill approved. 7.1 approved by Bill. Got it. 7.1. Maybe that was 7.1. I don't know. I think it would probably be 6/27 date or whatever, effective 7/1. And then these things came in to add new customers, right? Got it. So there should be a new version, right? And then you should then have, because look, what happens if, like, let's say I added a pickup allowance on 8/6 here. And if I don't save another copy, and say this pickup allowance was $1, and then on 9/5, we change it to $1.50. Okay, great. The history's here. Love that. So we can see what we changed. But I don't have a version now to give audit because we would have just overwrote in this file instead of the $1.50.
Okay.
So I don't have a version that says $1.
We need a version for every
we need a version
change,
for
whether
every
small
change,
or big.
Right, and I don't understand why that's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, we've always done that. Like, why are we not doing? Are we not doing that on the rest of the? Like, when you're checking these, you're seeing new versions. That's part of when you check these too, to make sure that they have these files out here.
Yeah, I haven't been as close to that change. I've just made sure that the changes are in the file, but I get that we need every
So
small change in there as well.
when you say you've been making sure that the changes are in the file, when you're approving the price change books, like the DocuSigns, you're checking that they're in QAD. Got it, right? You're
Yeah.
checking that the price book has a new version out there that's dated the date of the change, and that they've updated it in the actual Excel file, correct?
Yes, like mostly for private label, because we don't do the branded as much, but for the branded, I feel like those were like emails back and forth about those changes, and then we'll make it. But I didn't. They weren't like price change forms. It'll be like cleaning up the file or something.
I'm just talking about the price change forms right now.
Yeah.
So, like, if I go in here on a private label, I don't know, I'm gonna pick 7-Eleven, I guess. I picked the wrong one, so I think this is 7-Eleven. Current price list. So there's always a dated version, right? So
yes.
This 811, yep. Right?
No,
should be the new one. Yeah, there is, and you're going and checking.
I'm
to
always
see if they have
I'm always checking that, like the effective date of whatever new changes. There's a file for that corresponding. Okay. Yes.
Brand should be no different.
Yeah.
Why would brand be any different? Because we always need the old version. It's all the same. So I don't know.
No. I maybe I misspoke there, but I do check for that for the branded as well. Absolutely. If there's a price change form, I was caught up in the email stuff, but if there's a price change form, there's definitely a version that should correspond with that effective change date.
Okay, so I'm going to challenge you a little on that, because if that's the case in James Barnett, if I have a price change form here, which, hang on, where's my price change? Oh, here, Ken Procash. Where was I looking at that? No, price change forms, James Barnett, Ken Procash, price change forms. There's no new price change forms for him, and these you didn't have at that time. Okay. Change forms, nothing new. So how? All right. So what you're saying?
I don't even think we had many.
Email,
I don't think we've had many price change forms since the 671 change.
So brand. Are you getting these? James Barnett. Who was it? Is it James Barnett? Who did we just see that had changes? Some 7-1.
I think that was
Ken,
right? Yeah.
Okay. Current price book. I think I have it actually open. Hang on.
Yep.
Let me get back over here. I think I already have it open somewhere.
That I've seen a couple of price change forms for, but in terms of the others, like Juan's or, James.
Here.
Bill.
Okay. So all of these were not price change forms?
I do recall a couple being there. That's why if there aren't versions out there with those effective dates, and that would be a fail on my end on how that happened. I have to get with Destiny and Callie, because I swear when I'm checking that, I am checking the books, but maybe I just overlooked that they're still operating in the same book and we didn't save a version, but I have to revisit that with them here.
And I would also say on this one, the current page, like, they should be doing this too. Like, so I know that they're tracking changes here, which is great, but there should also be that, versions, because something could like to my point of it could be $1, then it turns $1.50. You need a copy that says $1 before we change it to, because these things are moving all the time. It's great to have this progression of what's changed because that's helpful.
Yeah.
But you still need a version from every change, and it gets archived.
Yeah. No,
Anyway,
I'll
see if you
make a
can ask
point.
her about where all those changes went from the one but more importantly at the moment is this Pac Northwest thing. If you can get a hold of him about this,
Yeah.
Should this be 90% of the sale, or should this be, more like only 10%? Right now we have this set as 10%. I think it's backwards, if you ask me my opinion.
I got you. No, yeah.
But I don't know that. I'm just guessing that, given that she says the Y2 allowance is way too, I don't know if she's referring to, is way too high here. They were asked to raise the allowance to whatever. I don't know what this note is about. Is it that, hey, we had sold 10,000 cases, 8,000 of those are taking this allowance. It can't be 10%.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
Okay.
Yep, I'll get on that. And I know James is on West Coast time, I believe. So
all right, see what you can find out. At the worst case scenario, I have to tell Terrence we're working on it.
Yeah, and that it looks like it's the other way, but
okay. And then the other ones here, are there any other actionable items that she needs to, did she get this money moved? Did all of this stuff, like this one I think I need to address. So she's nothing for her to do there. This one I'm guessing we can make the decision to do, but did she get this moved?
I believe Driscoll and Labatt has been moved to 24.
But I don't think this one needed to be moved, right? This one was the only one that needed to be moved.
Oh, yeah. It was Driscoll and I might have spoke here for Labatt. It's
Nicholas, maybe?
Nicholas. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, okay, if they've moved, that's great. Because if not, it's too late to move them for the month. So hopefully she already did that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. We talked about it before I left.
All right, so give me an update on this one from him, and then make sure that, show him his price book. And make sure you're not just addressing that one item, that it's, I don't have it open now. Let me see. Where is James' book? So if I do the Pac West, just have him look at all of these, right? So right now we're saying that 10% of this is this allowance, and 90% is the street business. Is that flip-flop? Is that wrong? And not only for this guy, but for all of these. You just need to be careful.
Yeah. I'll ask about the whole lot.
Okay, perfect.
But I'll focus on that particular one because that's the one that's been getting us.
Okay, and then so let's go back to the email ones that you get from marketing. When we get a change that's from marketing, we should do the same thing in saving down a version with that change. And as long as we're documenting all those changes and we're sure we've got all those changes saved somewhere that we get in emails. And I know that's a lot harder with the emails, but we're saving all the emails, right? You're sure you got one from Mark for those edits that Kathy put in.
That we put into Trade Planner for 25, right? That's
those edits we just did, the current ones that we did like just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, those. right before I left, I believe it was.
Yep. And if you got something back from him saying, "Yep, I blessed that file and that file's attached," perfect.
Yeah, I have to look for that one, but I'll get with Kathy too to just see if she did get that response. But if not, we'll get that out immediately because I know we've made those changes already in Trade Planner.
Yeah, we'll get, and you made them in live pricing too. Some of those changes, right? Was there anything live that we needed to change with OIs? We've got a record of all the OI changes or anything like that we made, right? I think he responded on all of those.
Yeah, I have a marketing confirmation folder that I keep his approvals in. So I know that there's several, emails with different PGLs that needed to be updated, and he approved those. So, yeah, I think we're good. I just want to make sure the main Excel file that we operated off of, that he did bless that as a final approval.
Let's make sure that, because they'll be all over me that we've, like, if it's been 2 weeks and we've entered them, they will not be happy about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.